Are you using your most valuable resource effectively? And no, I'm not talking about money. In this video, I'm going to give 5 tips to help you manage your time. Let's get into it. The first step I have is to make a daily to-do list. I started doing this about 2 to 3 years ago, and I found that it's a really great way to figure out exactly how you want to spend your day. It takes about 5 minutes, and that's a really good time to figure out what needs to take priority. Here's what I do. You can do whatever works for you. I categorize all the tasks that need to be done. The things that absolutely need to be done, I categorize as an A task, and I put these at the top of the list. Then other important tasks, but things that don't necessarily take precedence or have urgency, I categorize as a B task. On my list, I put these right below the A tasks. Then the things that I want to do but aren't as important, I categorize as a C task. Within each letter category, I list the tasks numerically. I typically have 2 to 3 tasks in each letter category as well. So in the end, I have a list that looks like A1, A2, B1, B2, B3, and so on. With this exercise, it's usually better to start off with a small number of items, but those items should be specific. For example, I still have make tomorrow's to-do list as one of my tasks. Crossing off each item is a really great feeling because you know you've been at least a little productive in the day. And that's why I think it's one of the best things you can do for time management. The second tip is to get organized. Now, as a college student, this was kind of forced on me. After all, if you aren't organized in college, you miss a lot of assignments, and I'm the kind of person that really likes to be prepared. The easiest way that I found to do this is to get a planner. I use it to write down all due dates and important things like tests, meetings, etc. Being aware of what you have to look forward to in the days to come is really helpful to getting you organized because it forces you to plan and prepare. Besides organizing your time, you should also consider organizing your resources. Having a special spot for the things you use daily and your workspace not only will save you time, but also a lot of headaches when it's time to get down to business. The third thing you can do to manage your time is eliminate distractions. Now, obviously you can't do that all the time, but if there's a specific task that needs to get done, it'll go by a lot faster if you turn off your phone, or at least the notifications, and put your head down and get to work. There are actually a lot of cool apps for this. There are a few that have time intervals that you can set, so maybe you work for 20 minutes and then take a break for 10. Another app that I use is called Forest. Now with this app, you set a timer on your phone. Whenever you start that timer, you plant a tree. If you do not use your phone while the timer is going, the tree will grow. It then keeps track of the number of trees you've grown throughout the day, the week, and even the month. It's just a fun way to motivate yourself to stay focused on the task at hand and also see how you've been doing about focusing in the past. If you're one of those people that just needs to cut down on the distractions of your phone, most apps allow you to set a daily limit on how much you can use them. This is especially useful on apps like Instagram and Facebook where you can just keep scrolling all day. These limits are really designed to help you become just a little more intentional about your scrolling. This is just a more basic way to avoid watching funny videos for hours and hours and hours. Now, I understand that there are other distractions besides your phone. When it's time to take care of business, I highly recommend giving yourself a designated spot to do so. Your bed or in front of the TV may not be the best place to get your work done. Using a desk or the kitchen table could potentially save you hours just by encouraging you to give your work your undivided attention. For those of you that work at a desk or a station and it's just really cluttered, try clearing it up just a touch every afternoon. It'll give you a little bit of a fresher start the next morning. It's small habits like this that set you up for successfully owning your day. Speaking of habits, let's talk about a few that you might want to consider. First, I want you to consider staple habits. These are things like making your bed, brushing your teeth, feeding your dog, etc. These habits are the ones that happen every single day at around the same time. These types of habits are great to gauge where you are in your day. One good thing about these habits is that you can set goals around them, like, I would like to have my paper done before I feed my dog Fido at 7. You get the idea. Other good habits are those that support your efforts to be a better you. This could be exercise, godly habits, budgeting, and so on. While these don't necessarily focus on time management, they teach things like discipline and support focus, both of which are required from you if you want to improve your time management. Now, after all this, we come to our 5th tip, and that is to never forget to relax. When you realize you might have a problem with time management, it's possible that it's because you have too much going on in your life. While I wish you all the best and to conquer whatever is going on in your life, I encourage you to keep yourself from getting burnt out. Sometimes it's okay to not make your bed or to push off making next month's budget to tomorrow. Sometimes you might look at today's to-do list and you just don't have the capacity to finish it all. And that's okay. So we've come to the end of my top tricks for nailing time management. If you try any of these tips or you have any of your own, use the comments section to share it with the world. If you enjoyed this video or got anything out of it, a like would be greatly appreciated. It helps me to know what kind of content I should make. Thank you guys so much for 200 subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing that. I'll see you in the next one.